So folks, if you could refrain from messaging me or calling me at this time while I'm live streaming, I would really appreciate it. What I am trying to do today is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to cover what's going on in the caravan, the second caravan conversation that I joined for the 15th of January group that left Honduras. So it's the same group that's every time I talk at you. This thing is crazy. I apologize about the buffering here. Every time I talk, it's going to buffer, huh? Is that what we're doing? Jeepers. Folks, please share this as we get started. Share it to your page, share it to your groups. You can find all of the other shows that we've done on YouTube, as well as on kppfm.com. This is documentation of what's going on in the conversations. So I joined a variety of groups, all of which are planning. Share it to your page, share it to your groups. In caravan form to cross into the United States. You can find all of the other shows that we've done on YouTube, as well as on in Mexico at the border with Guatemala, as well as on the group that left on the 15th kppfm.com. And this is documentation. What these folks are doing is talking in real time about what they're experiencing. And I just kind of went back a little bit to get to where I opened up the conversation yesterday, which is this picture where this person claims to have been injured by Mexican federal police. Okay, so I'm just going from there. I don't want to go back and rehash a lot of history within this conversation, simply because I think that, you know, we've followed the caravan conversation from the time they left Honduras. Now let's follow it from where they are at the Mexico Guatemala border. And people are talking about the rejection of a request by the migrants to cross into Mexico. There's a lot of news about the request the migrants made of the president of Mexico that they wanted to enter the country in a group en masse as a caravan and be allowed to travel through the country. Yeah, that's not happening. The country has a right to request that you identify yourself at the border. Mexico has a right to make sure that they check that you're not recycling children or kidnapping, or kidnapping someone else's child without their permission. Mexico also has the right to make sure that you don't have a criminal background, and they have a right to choose whether or not they let you into the country or give you a visa or give you traveling rights through their country. They do. They're a sovereign country. They have the right to do that. The fact that this group in the caravan feels like they could just hand migrant agents at the border crossing a letter for the president and expect that somebody is going to respond to them and say, sure, go right ahead. Why don't you trample through our country without being identified, is ridiculous. And if they don't get allowed to do that, they feel that their human rights are being violated. And I mean, that's just ridiculous to expect that. They're also talking about the little girl that got lost. There were apparently 2 children that got lost during the melee of the crossing of the Suchiate River. So here they are talking about what's going on. And this link takes you to the airplane of migrants that are being deported back to their country. 110 migrants that are being deported back to Honduras. That's that link. We go back to the WhatsApp here. Oh, shoot. Bartolo Fuentes is one of the activists and political figures that has been leading and supporting and propagandizing a lot of what this exodus from Honduras represents. He's tried to wash his hands of it. He's worked very closely with the smugglers. Obviously, you know what I think of this dude, and I featured him in past shows. I've been following his page because he is sharing all the propaganda, and it seems like a lot of the conversation in WhatsApp are linked to what he is talking about. And this particular interview with this lady was very interesting. I didn't get a chance to translate the whole thing for you. I'm going to try to do that now because it's very scripted. He shared it on his page. It was one of the interviews that was in the WhatsApp chat that I shared with you guys yesterday. And then I found it on Bartolo Fuentes' page, and he says, this is from the southern border. Gerardo Chavez is with the Migrant Caravan, and I'm assuming Gerardo Chavez is this radio announcer for Radio Informa. I can't remember what their name is. Let's see if I can find it on here. Well, anyway, he'll say it in a minute here. But this platform is very pro-caravan. Everywhere that they show up and do reports, ever since the first caravans came through, they are incredibly, supportive of the caravan. And I think that it's to a fault that they're supportive of the caravan, because one of the ways in which you are misled by the media is by the lack of information about how this is affecting Mexico, how this will affect the United States. What capacity do either countries have at their borders to process thousands of people in one day? None. Nobody does. Thank you, Deb. That's right.
Pues gracias a Dios bien hasta este momento.
¿De dónde viene usted?
Yo vengo de Honduras.
How are you? Where are you from?
¿Cómo ha estado la situación?
I'm from Olancho.
Una situación bastante dura y buenas noches a todos los medios. Bueno,
It's been a difficult journey. Good evening to all of the media platforms.
a los que realmente por primera vez desde que nosotros ingresamos allá, pues se han
Especially to those who have, for the first time, actually put attention on what is
por querer escuchar y querer ver cuál es la situación.
what's really going on with us and trying to really find out what's happening to us.
A mi familia lugar conocemos los riesgos. Claro que no es esa la fe.
I feel sorry for my family back home. Embarrassed for my family back home, but when we leave our country, we assume the risks.
Pero definitivamente nosotros decimos, vamos dispuestos a morir en el intento o Dios nos guarda y nos ayuda. Amigos, no sé qué
And we say that we are ready to give our lives in an attempt to reach the United States, or God will help us.
medios son ustedes, pero si
Somos
ustedes...
Radio Progreso.
Bueno.
De Progreso yo no.
Buenas noches a Radio Progreso. No voy a dar mi nombre y deseara que siquiera me pudieran ver, pero que...
She says, I don't know what media platform you are. I think that's a total lie. I think she totally knows what media platform she's talking to. It's the most progressive and pro-caravan media platform from Honduras. So you know who they are. Don't play stupid. Also, it says so right on his microphone. There it is.
sé que lo van a hacer y a las
But she says, I know people, I'm not going to give my name. I know people are watching.
personas que lo están viendo, solo les pido de por favor que no se preocupen si han habido accidentes, hemos tenido contratiempos muy serios, pero tenemos la fe.
We just ask that the people watching know that we are not, that they don't worry about us, even if they see that we are having accidents. We are also having problems advancing.
Dios, que a pesar de todo, toda esta situación se va a revolver. Se va a resolver. ¿Por qué razón?
But despite all of that, we feel that everything will resolve itself. And why?
Porque si habían tantas cámaras y tantos medios cubriendo la caravana de la...
Because if there are so many media outlets covering what's happening to the caravan,
esperanza de amor, Dios es amor.
The caravan of hope and love, God is love.
2020.
2020. That's the name of the caravan. That's how they named their caravan. The caravan of love and hope, God is hope 2020. Okay?
Se pueden dar cuenta que nosotros no portábamos más.
Please don't send me messages right now, folks. I'm doing a live stream. Any messages you send me will pop up on my live stream and be available for everyone to read unless I can shut them down really quick. And it's hard to do. My mouse battery is not that great right now. I wouldn't take a risk if I was you. So please refrain from sending me messages, especially if you're watching this live stream right now. Let folks know I am live. Share my live stream out. And this is the way that I can do the show right now. So please refrain from messaging me until I have finished my live stream. I can't answer you right now anyway.
Que una plegaria a Dios. Y pedimos perdón a
We are making a plea to God, she said.
México por ellos entender.
And I am also asking the Mexican people to forgive us and to be understanding.
Nuestras necesidades, como que si fuéramos militares de guerra.
Of our needs. And not treat us like if we were military from a war.
Porque ustedes ven una cosa, nosotros acá nos estamos enfrentando como que fuera de país a país. No.
We are here having confrontations, if you're paying attention, as if we're fighting country to country.
No como seres humanos que tenemos derechos de ser respetados.
And not as human beings who have the right to be respected.
No tratados de perros y mucho menos de cerdos.
Not being treated like dogs or worse, like pigs.
Y aún así no hemos faltado el respeto a ellos de ninguna manera.
And despite their treatment of us in those ways, we have not disrespected them.
Juventud inmadura, lo entiendo,
Sure, there are some immature youth amongst us. I understand that.
Comprendo. No todos pensamos iguales, pero si ustedes...
And not everyone thinks the same way.
Medios de comunicación pueden ver, se pueden dar cuenta, y si alguien tiene una prueba que alguno de nosotros...
But if you're watching in your media, then you can find out. And if there's anyone here that has proof
nosotros portaba
that any of us is carrying anything,
un tolete, una piedra,
a stick, a rock,
algo que pudiera servir para agredir a
anything that could be used to assault
un compañero que
another,
lo demuestre y que lo pruebe en estos
show it and prove it now.
Momentos.
In this moment.
Luego de eso nosotros estuvimos.
She pauses for 2 seconds and then she just keeps going. And so I have proven my point, you know.
Fuimos en el puente porque quisimos hacer las cosas bien.
And we were on that bridge. We were crossing the bridge because we were trying to do things right.
Quisimos entrar por la vía legal. Quisimos que se nos abriera el portón.
We wanted to come in the legal way and we wanted them to open the gates to Mexico for us.
De México. Pero ¿qué pasa? Nosotros tenemos la información.
But what happened? Well, we have the information.
El gobierno mexicano ofrece empleos para los hondureños,
The Mexican government offered jobs for the Hondurans,
para los salvadoreños, para los nicaragüenses, pero
for the Nicaraguans, and for the Salvadorians.
eso es todo falso, es una vil mentira. ¿Saben
That was all false. It was just a bald-faced lie.
por qué? Porque nuestros compañeros que están adentro han sido solamente engañados porque
You know why? Because our friends that are in there, they were lied to.
los han metido de 20 en 20 y solamente son encerrados como animales
They have taken them in 20 people at a time, and all they do is cage them like animals.
en carros de alta seguridad y de ahí solo son
They take them away in high security vehicles, and then from there,
metidos a sus buses y deportados sin nuestro consentimiento
they are put on buses and deported without our consent
a nuestro país. Cuando tenemos derecho de buscar
back to our country when we have the right to seek
una mejor oportunidad de
better job opportunities.
empleo.
No, that's not a right. Excuse me, lady. That is not your right. You don't have the right to violate the sovereignty of other countries because you want to seek better job opportunities. Where did she get this idea? Oh, wait. The United Nations Pact of Immigration. Who gave her that idea? Oh, wait. It was the United Nations. And you know, all of the countries that signed on for this nonsense.
Yo le digo hoy al mexicano, al pueblo mexicano.
Okay, this is going to infuriate Mexicans. If you're a Mexican and you are watching this, trigger alert, this woman is about to piss you off, okay? She's like, and now to the Mexican people, I am speaking to you. Or you are yelling at us. What would you like to say, lady?
En general, hay tantos mexicanos en nuestro país que
There's a lot of Mexicans in our country. She means in Honduras.
yo les digo, son muchos.
And I'll tell you, it's a lot of them.
Y que si aquí hubiera uno y que dijera, para nosotros ha sido una honra, ha sido un orgullo poder tener.
And if there's somebody here that could vouch for it, they would say that for us as Hondurans, it has been an honor and it has been a privilege
Un mexicano en nuestro país.
to host Mexicans in our country.
Y yo deseara que hubiera un mexicano aquí que dijera, un hondureño me recibió mal.
And I would like to hear from a Mexican, a single Mexican here that would say that Hondurans treated them badly when they were received poorly by Hondurans when they came to our country.
Un hondureño me agredió.
Or a Honduran assaulted me.
Jamás de la vida siempre han gozado de
That never would happen. You have always enjoyed
nuestro respeto.
our respect.
Si por lo que nosotros caemos mal al mundo entero es por la pobreza, por la
The reason that people around the world hate us is only because of our poverty.
precaria. ¿Sabe quién es el único responsable aquí? Y hoy se lo voy a contar mi
Do you know who the only responsible person is and out of all of this?
historia. Se llama Juan Orlando Hernández Alvarado. Y quieren que
His name is Juan Orlando Hernández Alvarado. That's the dictator in Honduras.
les diga algo. Si fueran de verdaderamente países y
And you want me to tell you something? If they were really countries,
hermanos, como se dicen llamar,
if you were really brother and sister countries like you call yourselves, she's talking to the Mexicans again,
estuvieran con nosotros,
then you would be helping us,
apoyándonos
supporting us
en esta causa.
in our cause.
Pero ¿cuál es el apoyo que recibimos? Únicamente insultos.
But what is the support we're getting from the Mexicans? Only insults.
Los señores, como les digo, militares, tanto aquí
And all these military men and all these
no hay
military men.
policía, solo está el ejército, la
All we see is the police. All we see is the military,
Guardia Nacional.
the National Guard.
Pero están con palos, que lo muestren por favor a la cámara, como de la manera que están armados y nos
Why don't you use their camera to show that all of these men are armed?
Nosotros aquí humildemente permanecemos en su país,
And we are here humbly staying in your country.
pero no deben de decir que no buscamos una vía. Quieren
But they shouldn't be saying that we're not seeking a way.
saber si esto les consuela y les da alegría o quizás le conmueva el corazón al presidente.
And I want to know if it gives them some kind of pleasure or joy. Will this move the heart of the president of Mexico?
Mexicanos, ¿saben cuál ha sido nuestro alimento, tanto de mujeres
Do you know what we have been eating?
como hombres y niños?
Men, women, and children alike?
Solamente lo que el pueblo guatemalteco nos ha brindado.
Only what the Guatemalan people have been willing to feed us.
¿Saben por qué? Porque esos sí son dignos de llamarlos hermanos.
You know why? Because those people, in other words, Guatemalans, are truly worthy of calling themselves our brothers and sisters.
Eso sí les queda grande la palabra de decir los hermanos hondureños.
That name fits them well, brothers and sisters.
Pero el pueblo mexicano solo los ha demostrado repudio,
But the Mexican people have only showed us repudiation,
maldad y
evil,
otra cosa.
and something else.
Desgraciadamente, México tampoco tiene presidente
Sadly, Mexico doesn't have a president either.
porque también es dominado por un presidente de Estados Unidos.
Because he is dominated by the U.S. president.
Porque desde allá vienen las órdenes para que nosotros seamos recibidos así.
Because that's where the orders are really coming from.
Sí, y no
On how to receive us.
venimos a pedir, creo que México, si Guatemala dice que hemos pedido, lo aceptamos. Pero si México dice que hemos pedido una moneda,
And we haven't asked Mexico for anything. Guatemala could say that they have supported us, but Mexico cannot say that they have given us a dime.
es una mentira.
And if they do that, it's a lie.
No hemos venido a afectar porque
We haven't come here to affect you.
si nos dan un paso, no afectamos su economía.
If
No
you give us a plate of food, it's not going to affect your economy.
nada. O sea, entonces yo
In
no
other words,
puedo entender cuál es la situación.
I don't understand what the situation.
Otra de las cosas, pueden decir, les voy a decir algo.
Something else I want to tell you.
Honduras se supone que es un país seguro. Sí,
Supposedly, Honduras is a secure country.
es seguro, pero un camino a la muerte.
All it is a sure path to death.
Pero no hay vida, no hay seguridad, no tenemos medicina, no
There is no life there. There is no security. We have no medicine.
tenemos absolutamente nada.
We have absolutely nothing.
Solamente hay corrupción, impunidad,
There's only corruption, impunity,
robo,
theft.
pandillas, que es lo
gangs.
que no tenemos en nuestro país. Pero le voy a contar algo.
That's what we
Yo
have
me
in our
gasté
country.
lo único que tenía. Día 20 de noviembre.
Paperwork.
Ir a sacar una foto, van a pedir
Or to go and get a picture taken.
todos los documentos, antecedentes policiales. Si nosotros que
And that's what they want from us. They want all this documentation.
buscamos trabajo, necesitamos generar ingresos, pero nos
We need jobs. We need to generate income.
quita el gobierno lo poquito que
And our government steals what little we make.
conseguimos, porque son cientos de miles sacando esos papeles. Se
And it costs hundreds of thousands to get all that documentation.
vencen, tienen 1 año y 6 meses de durabilidad.
And then they are only Oh, vigentes. I can't think in English now. They expire basically after a year. So the documents are only good when you get a copy. They're only good for like a year.
Y se vencen y no tenemos todavía un empleo.
And we
Entonces,
still don't have a job.
¿cómo es posible que Honduras es un país seguro?
Why are they saying Honduras is a secure country?
Tenemos la canasta básica, no tenemos acceso a ella. ¿Por qué no tenemos
Most people can't afford basic living expenses.
acceso a ella? Solo tenemos acceso a un huevo apenas, a una libra de frijoles,
We can barely afford a pound of beans and an egg,
el aceite por no comer sancochado.
a little bit of oil so that your food doesn't burn.
Y muchas veces nos conformamos con comer un tiempo. Y si somos bendecidos, 2 al día.
And some of us only eat once a day, and if we're really blessed, twice a day.
Pero si usted va y le pregunta a Juan Orlando Hernández, tenemos una vida mejor.
But if you asked our president, Juan Orlando Hernández, we have a better life.
Y Juan Orlando Hernández, si me está viendo, tengo un primer grado, no soy ni siquiera una
And if you're watching me, Mr. President, I have not even finished first grade.
persona estudiada, pero tengo la capacidad de poder
I did not study, but I have the capacity
ver todos los que nosotros vemos.
to see everything we see.
Y yo le digo una cosa, solamente se ha preocupado por combatir el narcotráfico,
All he has done is to try to fight against narco trafficking.
pero ¿a dónde nos ha dejado a nosotros en el abandono?
Where has he left the rest of the country? Abandoned.
Es lo único que se ha interesado. Nosotros, él no sabe si comemos, si vestimos,
That's all he cares about. He doesn't care about whether or not we have clothes or food,
si tenemos medicina
if we have
y
medicine,
pagamos un seguro
if we have insurance.
social de casi 500
We have to pay 500 lempiras into Social Security.
lempiras al mes y no
Monthly.
tenemos ni una acetaminofén, solamente
And we don't even get an acetaminophen for that.
una receta y si tiene cómprela y si no tampoco
You only get one script, and if you have money to buy the medicine, you can, and if you don't, you don't.
lo haga.
Muchas gracias.
Yo solo le hago un llamado de último y
I'm making a call out.
tengo mucho más que decir,
I have a lot more to say. Please don't.
pero sé que los medios tienen un costo, no son gratis.
But I also know the media costs money. It's not free.
Pero solo quiero decirle al presidente de México y a Juan Orlando Hernández que si no tienen un poquito de conciencia
Both to her president in Honduras and the Mexican president.
de piedad, de misericordia de los niños
Have empathy and mercy of the children,
afectados,
that are
de los
affected.
niños gaseados,
the children that have been gassed with tear gas,
de los niños apedreados,
the children that have been hit with rocks.
el que de eso no tiene misericordia para nadie.
If you have no mercy for that, you have no mercy at all.
Y solamente les digo una cosa, solo pidamos a Dios porque
We must ask God.
entre más débiles, yo sé que Dios va a fortalecer nuestros espíritus
The weaker we are, the stronger the fortification from God is for our spirits.
y nuestro estómago no va a perecer de hambre porque dice la palabra
And we shall not feel hunger because the word of God says,
y no he visto justo desamparado ni su descendencia que mendigue pan.
and I have not seen just people who are left without covering
Gracias.
or
Muchas
that
gracias.
they
Muchas gracias.
that
Parte
suffer
de la-
hunger. That was a freaking performance. People are clapping. Are you listening?
Población hondureña que integra
Did you hear that?
De eso nadie. Y solamente les digo una cosa,
la caravana 2020.
porque entre más dice la palabra,
La caravana 2020. La caravana 2000. Población hondureña que integra
hear
la
that?
caravana.
It's a show. Let's go back to the WhatsApp chat. Okay. The pressure of the caravan. Also from Bartolo Fuentes' page, folks. I just want to scroll up. There's a picture of one of the little girls that was lost, and her name there is Sauri Molina Ortega Hernandez. She was lost when they crossed into the city of Ciudad Hidalgo. Now, you have to remember this is a group of people that is crossing violently, forcing their way into the country, expecting the government of Mexico not to check their IDs, and some children have been lost. I believe one of them was found, and we'll get to that in a minute. He also has this article about how the Mexicans lied to the caravan goers about the jobs. Okay? That's what this is about here. And there's a video of the reunification of the daughter and the mother. She's obviously very relieved to have found her child. You know why I think she is crying the way she is crying upon finding her child? Because so many of these children are sold, kidnapped, killed. Because so many of them are used, exploited. And as a mom, she's got to know that but for the grace of God and the assistance of the first responders that helped reunite her with her kid could be dead or sold to a sex slavery, you know. And that's one of the risks that a lot of these parents are putting their kids in when they decide to take their kids with them on this treacherous journey. Here's another article that shows, this is Radio Progreso again, the same people interviewing that crazy lady, or that lady, I should say. I shouldn't say she's crazy. She just sounded a little bit nuts to me. But same publication, same pro-publication. In this article, they talk about the pressure that the Migrant Caravan is putting on Mexico to accept and start the process for refugees. And that they've taken on the first 200 families to process as refugees. And they said that there's a lot of people that showed up at an improvised location in a church in Tucumán, Guatemala, and all of them were making demands that they be accepted as refugees. The authorities decided to begin accepting migrants' applications for refugees because of the pressure that is being placed upon them by these thousands of migrants that have appeared at the border. Despite this, it says authorities have denied entry into Mexico to the caravan, and they threaten to detain people, any foreign persons that enter their country without a visa. Notice, they're not threatening to arrest and deport everyone. Only the people that enter their territory without a visa or a migratory status. Right? You have to have a legal entry into the country. And you have to show who you are and what you are, what you're intending to do. And then they talk about the little girl being reunited with her mom. And there's that same video in this article. Okay? So, very interesting that this gentleman, Bartolo Fuentes, who is one of the people accused of organizing these caravans for political purposes, for political gain in his country, is also sharing all of these articles about how Mexico has lied to people, Mexico is bad, and a lot of these articles, of course, are from this Radio Progreso. And in the WhatsApp chat, these are the articles that appear. So I found that very interesting. Do you know, are you one of the ones captured yesterday? No, I wasn't captured. Let me put this here so you can see it better. Buchis, I don't know what that means. The little girl has appeared. See? Same video. That's one of the little girls. And everyone else puts it in there and says, heaven and earth were moved by the Mexican authorities. The Mexican authorities moved heaven and earth. So the lady saying that we don't provide any, the Mexican people don't provide any assistance to the caravan, that they don't provide anything except for repression and shame and violence. It's very clear that people in the caravan know that the Mexican authorities are actually there to help them. I'm so glad they found her. There's still another child missing. No, both of them have been found.
Sí, carnalito, pero yo lo sé. Si no anduvieron en la caravana, eso yo lo sé, carnalito. Pero.
Yes, I know that. I know what you're saying. I wouldn't be in the caravan if I didn't know that.
¿Quién dijo que no se podía?
But who said we can't?
Podemos hacer algo. Si tú tienes gente, si tú conoces gente o puedes conseguir gente que paguen el viaje.
If you know people or if you have people that can pay for their trip,
y me los das a mí para yo trabajarlos,
and you give those names to me so I can work them. This is a smuggler openly talking about moving people.
Yo te doy una comisión a ti por cada uno.
I'll give you a commission for every person you turn over to me.
Por cada persona te doy una comisión de $200.
I'll give you a commission of $200 per head.
Ya tú dices si los quieres para ti.
And then you decide if you want them for yourself or if you...
O te los rebajo de tu viaje.
Or I can discount that from your own travel price.
Vamos a suponer, si me consigues 5.
Let's say you get 5 people for me.
Son $1,000 ahí.
That's $1,000 for you.
Sí, que te vas a ahorrar.
And that would be $1,000 you could save from your own cost of your own trip.
O 10, 2,000.
Or 10.
¿Me entiendes?
That would be 2,000. You get it? So, this guy, who is obviously a coyote, is negotiating with a sub-coyote, say, get me more people. I'll pay you per each person that you get for me, and that can be discounted from the price that you have to pay to cross. Are these people paying money to cross into the U.S.? Hell to the yes. One of my listeners, one of my followers, you know who you are, sent me an article, an interview with, oh shoot, I can't remember who it was right now. Sent me an interview in which the authorities, I believe in Honduras, are speaking, and they are recognizing that people are paying a lot of money to be smuggled into the United States. And the price that people are paying has gone up. Last year it was hovering anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 to $8,000. Now it starts at about $7,000 and goes up to $15,000. Folks, I want you to listen to this without me interrupting it to translate so you get the whole thing and it's unedited start to finish. A smuggler is making a deal with a sub-smuggler to turn over people to him for a price. And then he will get he can get that money and keep it for himself or take it as a discount from what he will have to pay to cross into the United States. Listen carefully.
Sí, carnalito, pero yo lo sé, si no, no anduvieran en la caravana, eso yo lo sé, carnalito, pero ¿quién dijo que no se podía? Podemos hacer algo, si tú tienes gente, si tú conoces gente o puedes conseguir gente que paguen el viaje y me los das a mí para yo trabajarlos, yo te doy una comisión a ti por cada uno. Comisión de $200. Ya tú dices si los quieres para ti o te los rebajo de tu viaje. Vamos a suponer, si me consigues 5, son $1,000 allí que te vas a ahorrar. O 10, 2,000, ¿me entiendes?
One more time, because they had to buffer while I was playing that. Of course, the really important stuff, they want to make sure you can't hear it. Here it goes again.
Sí, carnalito, pero yo lo sé, si no, no anduvieran en la caravana, eso yo lo sé, carnalito, pero ¿quién dijo que no se podía? Podemos hacer algo, si tú tienes gente, si tú conoces gente o puedes conseguir gente que paguen el viaje, me los das a mí para yo trabajarlos, yo te doy una comisión a ti por cada uno. Por cada persona te doy una comisión de $200. Ya tú dices si los quieres para ti o te los rebajo de tu viaje. Vamos a suponer, si me consigues 5, son $1,000 allí que te vas a ahorrar. O 10, 2,000, ¿me entiendes?
You said, okay, who says we can't do it? If you got people out there who can pay for their trip, who can pay for their crossing, who can pay to be smuggled, who can pay to be crossed, you bring them to me and I will work them. I will work their case, meaning I will cross them. That's code for I will take their case. I will take them on. Meanwhile, for every person, for every head you bring me, you get a $200 commission. You get $200 for every person you bring to me that needs to be smuggled into the U.S. If you bring me 5 people, that's $1,000 for you. If you bring me 10 people, that's $2,000. You can take it in cash or you can discount it from the cost of your crossing. What do you want to do? What do you guys think of this guy? He sounds like a trafficker. Yeah, he does. And this person says, and that who is that? This person, I miss you, Mom. That's the name. I miss you, Mom. Says, I shouldn't opine. If I am in the caravan, it's because I have no money. My cousin is a coyote, but I don't have any money to pay them. Look, my cousin is a coyote. Oh my God, the stuff they talk about in here is nuts. It is nuts. And somebody responds to the poor person, pero ese man no me la hace buena. Yes, but that guy will not follow through. I already sent him a video, and in a different group, I already sent a video that he sent. Que mandó un video que mandó. Ya le mandó un video que mandó. En otro grupo que me metieron. And oh, I already sent you a video from a different group that I was in. Let's look at this video. Here we are, people. Here we go. Oh, look. And this is at a border crossing, obviously, because there's a little boat. Bring the boat. Come on, let's go. We're ready. Let's go. Let me bend this down so you can see it a little better. I know it's dark. Did you see what he just held up? He just held up either a hand-rolled cigarette or a marijuana cigarette. There it is. Did you catch it? Let's look again. Let's look again. Because this is the video that was shared from another group that these people are talking about. This is obviously some smuggler that is crossing people into the U.S. And he likes to show off that on his way to get into the river, he's smoking a doobie. Look at my doobie. There it is. He holds it up very proudly. That is not a cigarette, folks. That is not, well, it might be tobacco, but why would he hold it up to the camera to brag about it? Huh? Why would he hold it up to the camera if it's just a cigarette? I'm just saying. And that's the video. Okay, so now we're going back into the WhatsApp chat. Ooh. Okay, so that means he is a Honduran that knows how to cross people. Let's see, should I risk it? Hopefully he doesn't charge too much. Should I risk it? But hopefully he will not charge me too much. I already told him I have no money. They're going back and forth and discussing whether or not they want to hire the services of that coyote. Don't be incredulous, says this person up here. I am sending this to you so you don't fall for their lies. And this person says, I know. I get it. Don't, with people you don't know, USA. And this one says, okay, we'll do whatever you want. I am in this caravan because I have no money. I repeat, I have no money. All I have is money enough to buy an avocado. And then somebody says, I am in the caravan. Oh, somebody laughs at that. That's good. You have enough to get an avocado and a tortilla so you can eat. Okay, so now these are messages from today. Those are from yesterday. These are from today. I don't know why my camera is being crappy right now. I hope that's better. So they're talking about the people that got deported. Here's a picture from the plane that I just showed you. And Caravana, a los que han deportado no quiere seguir los pasos para la USA, no se desanimen. Good morning to the people that are losing hope because of the caravan that was part of the caravan that was deported and you don't feel like going on. Don't lose hope. These are the ones that being deported in this plane are the ones that crossed at El Ceibo. Those who are at Tecunuman, do not lose hope in everything that you are doing. Everything that they are doing is to try to stop caravans from coming. Yes, that's why they're doing it. Good day. Yes, because they celebrate our failures. It is already on YouTube. It's not fair. Thanks to the migrant, the United States grows. And people are celebrating that the little girl was found. And then people say that the people that are in the plane getting deported will return with a different caravan.
No, pues claro. ¿Quién los manda a meterse a la fuerza? Le hubiera metido uno por uno de escondidas.
You know, that's what they get for coming in using force. They should have snuck in one by one and hidden.
Y hubieran ido. Hay quienes que se fueron así, pasaron. Yo tengo
And then they would have gotten in. Those that did it that way, have gotten in.
una amiga que pasó.
I have a friend that made it in.
Y es de aquí de mi aldea.
And she's from my area.
Y ella ya va lejos ya.
And she's far in by now.
Pues sí, hay que llevar varas. Y uno no tiene pisto aquí en Honduras, está pobre.
You know, they want money, but we don't have money.
Yo lo que tengo 10 pesitos en mi gaveta por el momento.
All I have is 10 pesos.
Pero vamos a ver qué tal.
But we'll see how far we go. And are you in the caravan? My sister is, he says. I suppose that it's the same girl that we saw reunited with her mother that got off of the car. It must be the same one. No, it's a different one. Everyone says, no, it's a different one. I think it's a different one. That's another girl. I saw a message somewhere that said that both of the girls had been found. I hope it's true.
Es que había otra desaparecida y había un niño también.
It's the thing is, there was another girl missing and there was a boy too. Oh, okay. Both of them. Wait, is this the bad video? No, this is okay.
Los migrantes salvadoreños salieron el lunes último de su país y en menos de 24 horas llegaron.
The Salvadorians left their country less than 24 hours ago, and
A la frontera sur de México. La
in less than 24 hours they arrived at the southern border of Mexico.
mañana de este martes dialogaron con autoridades del Instituto
On Tuesday, they talked with authorities of the National Immigration Institute in Mexico,
Mexicano de Migración y lograron ingresar legalmente al vecino país.
and they managed to gain entry legally into Mexico.
Se organizaron en grupos de 20 y
They were organized into groups of 20 people,
iniciando por niños no acompañados, mujeres,
and they started off with unaccompanied minors,
personas de la tercera edad y por
women with children, and elderly people,
último los hombres. Presentaron la
and finally men.
documentación respectiva y las autoridades de México los llevaron a albergues instalados en Ciudad Hidalgo.
They showed their identifications, and the Mexican authorities took them to shelters in the city of Hidalgo
Mientras arreglan su estadía en el vecino país.
while they get their papers in order in the neighboring country. Boom. Hey, that's great for the Salvadorians. So people are talking about how the people hope everything that's being done to them is to, stop caravans from coming. And this person says, yes, it's like a psychological attack. And then they have this cartoon of the United States Okay, stop buffering. Then in Guatemala, you have everyone from El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, everybody. There's an article, headline, Mike Pompeo thanks Mexico for containing the caravan. So they posted that. And then, excuse me, somebody comments on that article, those gringos, those dog-faced gringos know very well the rest of the countries know very well that they rob, they steal from, they sack. This is the word here. Saquean the rest of the countries. And then they don't want people leaving those countries to bring a little bit of the riches back that were stolen from them, from each of those countries. Did you get that? Sorry, Teddy. I eat when I'm doing my live streams because it's finally when I'm ready to produce. But the funny thing is that a lot of times I haven't eaten anything else. Back a little bit of the riches that were stolen. This person, referring to the cartoon in the wall, says, I have this to say. There was already caravans before us, and it didn't go badly for them. I don't know them. Many of them have commented. But those who want to stay in the fight will go to the end. Will go to the finish, I guess. It is better to have said that you tried and you failed in the attempt, or get stuck in an attempt. The next video here is pornographic, so I cannot show it to you, and I'm not going to show it to you, and I'm glad that it's blurry enough that you can't see what is there, but you get the idea. It is a pornographic image. In fact, I'm going to turn my camera slightly to get past the pornographic image, but other people posted the pornographic video and put wide eyes and said, why is this being permitted inside of this group? There are children in this WhatsApp chat that are watching this WhatsApp chat. In fact, I'm going to scroll up now that I've gotten it out of the way. You can see here, why was this permitted in the group? There are children that are reading in this group. Yes, unaccompanied minors are traveling. Children traveling with their parents who are old enough, teenagers, etc. They're also following what's happening in the WhatsApp chat. This has nothing to do with the... Yes, this has nothing to do with the caravan. Everyone knows how to do their own personal hygiene. I agree with that. Then they put the article that, again, once again, these are all articles you can find on Bartolo Fuentes' page talking about how Mexico did not have jobs for any people. What this actually says here is that none of the Hondurans that were interviewed for the jobs being offered qualified. Okay? You see this word? Calificó. They did not qualify. Ninguno. That means none. Qualified to take the job offers. Do you know what that means? That means they didn't have the proper paperwork and or had a criminal background and or did not fit the skill set for the 4,000 jobs being offered. So far, the people that were interviewed or questioned, they did not meet the criteria. They did not qualify for the jobs. That and lying to the caravan goers about jobs being available in Mexico are two very different things. The crazy lady that was in the interview at the beginning of my live stream was saying that the Mexican president lied about the jobs. They wouldn't give them the jobs. This is not a magic trick, okay? This is not something that you just show up for. How do you get a job here in the U.S.? You have to interview for it. You have to show that you meet the skill sets and the requirements of the job. And more than likely, if you don't pass a drug test or a criminal background check, you will not get the job. For whatever reason, none of the people that were asking or inquiring about those jobs qualified for them. And we heard this woman say, and we've heard many people say, that the people were then taken and were being processed for deportation. My guess is that for some reason, probably they failed a criminal background check. They failed to show that they had what was necessary in order to stay in the country and get a job.
Amigos, si es que de que uno sale de Honduras para allá, pues eso puede pasar, que vuelva uno, que lo vuelvan a mandar para acá, y eso qué, uno vuelve a salir de nuevo cuando ya pueda.
Yeah, sure. That happens. If you leave Honduras, some of you are going to get captured. Everyone knows that, and you'll be deported. But what? So what? You just leave in a different caravan again.
Hasta la cuestión es alcanzar el objetivo.
The thing is just to reach our goal. Yes, let's go with everything we have.
¡Esto está perro, señores!
Oh, that's like a meme or something. When is the next caravan leaving? I have friends and family that want to come from Honduras. Good evening. When do we leave? On the 31st of January. Thanks. When do they leave? On the 31st of January. Are we leaving together?
Yo soy de Río Lindo, Cortán. Saluda a la familia y a la Mara.
I want to say a shout out to my Maras in back home.
Orlando no es hueputa que con mami. No hablemos malas palabras. No.
And I want to say something to the son of a whore, and then the Honduran television reporter says, no, we're not going to use bad words. I want you to just listen unedited. This is the same guy in the video that you've seen in past live streams, if you've been paying attention, that's been interviewing the migrants in the caravan from Honduras, another Honduran, very pro-caravan friendly news platform. This one's a television station, and this guy, if you will recall, was jumping up and down and shouting with members of the caravan, "Catracho, catracho, catracho." Now he's interviewing these kids and these young men, and one of them, who's shouting out back to a family at home, says something, pretty horrible there. So here we go. Let us continue. Oh, children. There are no children here, someone says. We're all leaving together. Let's get in contact to go together. So we're leaving on the 31st at 5 o'clock in the morning from San Pedro Sula terminal. We have to be there early. Be punctual. There are only 8 days left for us to get together. And then they give a list of things that you need. Make sure you bring trash bags so you can pick up after yourselves. You need medications, coats for the children, trash bags, toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant, shampoo, shaving cream, sanitary towels or tampons, 3 changes of clothes. Recommendations for women are panties or basically lycra type of pants, yoga pants, soft tennis shoes, comfortable bag, sanitary wipes, and following the direct line of the caravan without deviating any other way. Respect our signals. Respect the signing. Do not throw trash around you. These are attentively. Okay, this is written by who? The administrators of the caravan. Okay, show the people that tell you there are no leaders. It's all organic. No, they just show up in the WhatsApp chat. Nobody's leading it. There are no coyotes. Show them this. Administrators of the caravan. Atentamente. ATT is like sincerely in Spanish, okay? It means attentively. Signed. Who signed it? The administrators of the caravan. That's who. They're not hiding their hierarchy in here. So they're responding to that. And this person says, this is very important, okay? Remember, the first caravan chats I read, people are asking about bringing their kids and are encouraged to bring their kids, even if they don't have papers for their kids. Remember that? Go back and watch the first one. Look at this one. Do not bring children. Understand it, man. Do not bring children. Only adults. Only adults.
Así es, un buen consejo, no lleven niños, solo adultos de 20 para arriba porque más o menos avanzamos más y con un montón de niños ahí pues lastimosamente se pierden, qué sé yo, lastimosamente quedan tristes las madres.
Listen carefully.
Así es, un buen consejo, no lleven niños, solo adultos de 20 para arriba porque más o menos.
That's right. That's good advice. Do not bring children. Only 20-year-olds and up.
Menos avanzamos más y con
That way we can advance more.
un montón de niños ahí pues lastimosamente se pierden.
And with a bunch of kids, well, sadly, they get lost.
Qué sé yo, lastimosamente quedan tristes las madres.
Or whatever. And then the moms are sad. I'm taking this little bit of cash, says this person. And then this says, I have a doubt. The group that came through here where is that group going? Where are they now? Where did they take off to? It's obvious they went a different route.
Pues y ahí creo que todos estamos en duda porque no sé cómo pues cogerlo con la mano de Dios, pero yo dudo pues cómo lo irá a ir.
We all have the same doubt. We don't know which way we're going to be able to go. That's true because we can see everything. There's a lot of federal police. But there's something important to remember. They are not made out of steel. They are not made out of steel. What is that? Is that a veiled thread of some sort? I don't think they have 24 hours to cover the border of Mexico.
No, pues y eso sí, yo creo que como tuve una información que habrán golpes.
Yeah, that's true. He's saying that they're not made out of steel. And he says, I have information that there will be beatings.
Los hombres tienen que ir delante para que defiendan a las madres con los
That's why the men have to go out front so they can defend the women.
niños, supuestamente, para que los hombres pues tienen más, aguantan un poco más.
Because men can take it.
Es que mientras no se alcance la caravana que salió primero, lastimosamente ahí va a estar detenido ahí. Entonces, mientras
So until we catch up to the other caravan that left first.
No se alcance. Ahora ya al alcanzarlo, pues habrá que lanzarse como la del año pasado.
We're going to have to just, take the risk and cross and just throw yourself over like they did last year. We have to, as caravans, to support each other, and this is how that group is going to go forward.
Simón, así como estamos en este grupo, unidos todos opinando.
That's right, just as we are in this group, united together.
Pues así hay que conocerlos allá, yo eso espero conocerlos.
And I want to meet them when we get there.
El día llegado, pues me entienden, para ir ahí unidos, cerca.
And so that way we can travel together, united.
Cada uno del otro, ¿me entienden?
Close to each other. Well, you should know what you're going to say then. Otherwise, they hang on one thing and they prejudice the entire group. Like, for example, you've already seen that they've made viral the thing about the food. OCL Reyes. Where is it, bro?
Unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido.
The people united will never be divided. That's what he said. Affirmative. A lot of dreams and goals, and the same goal of crossing. And let's go forward. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is going around on social media. I don't know if it's true what happened. Okay, let's tighten the shot so I can see. The Hondurans are complaining. This was yesterday at around 9:07 p.m. Supposedly this came out. Hondurans are complaining about the food given to them by Guatemala and Mexico, saying that they are not frogs and should not be fed beans, eggs, chicken, and rice 3 times a day. Beans, eggs, chicken, and rice 3 times a day. Okay, back. No dicen que se quejan fue Matamoros la gente. Okay, this person says, no, that has to do with the people that, this happened in Matamoros. The ones that are staying there in some compartments, and they have them waiting to request asylum. Those are the people. All of us pay for the few. Exactly. No, that was in Matamoros. That was on a Facebook post. Okay, folks. That's it. That's the whole caravan dealio. Now, I have something else I want to show you. Something else that is important to me because it involves the Caravan Support Network. The Caravan Support Network, as you know, was started by none other than Mr. Evan K. Duke III. Myron Dewey was made an admin, and I showed you on my last show that Myron Dewey was made an admin by Evan Duke, as was another person who I'm blanking on right now. But what I wanted to talk about was the fact that these folks, ever since Standing Rock, they've been transferring their credibility onto very shady people. One of these people is Michael Robert Etter. Michael Robert Etter, with his AIM patches and his hat there on his hat, had money raised for him since Standing Rock. Here you see a GoFundMe to support native elder and in an eco-sustainable farming organization. And they were raising $15,000. This money was being raised for him by Michaela Etter, okay, on behalf of William J. Ward. They were doing this to support native elder in eco-sustainable farming. This guy, according to this GoFundMe, conducted prayer ceremonies at the camp, at Sacred Stone Camp, led by LaDonna and a lot of the folks that I've been investigating since Standing Rock, and also was a keeper of the sacred fire. In addition to this, it says here that they are seeking financial support in order to keep his utilities on in his home. And he also is interested in 1,500 acres on his tribal reservation, which he wants to create into an eco-sustainable community supported by commercial hemp farming. Okay? This guy has gotten support by a lot of people in the leadership of Standing Rock and who are now and still continue to be part of what is the Border Support Network, including Johnny Dangers, a.k.a. Rob Wilson, a.k.a. him and his family, his brother and his sister. This platform, which goes by the alias of Johnny Dangers, also was promoting the famous Uncle Etter from Robert Etter from Sacred Stone Camp. He is one of the people currently campaigning for Bernie Sanders in Iowa that I showed you recently, as well as someone that is part of the media that went down to Tijuana and that has been selling you false information and propaganda about the caravans. What else is wrong with this picture? I want to show you how he was very involved with Standing Rock. There are YouTube videos of the final eviction featuring Mr. Etter, as well as the fact that since he is a registered sex offender, he probably shouldn't be on social media. So his girlfriend, Michaela, or this person who I'm assuming is his partner, has him on her page. They are in Fort Yates, and they've been there since 2016, according to this. They have check-ins in Maine, in Pennsylvania, as well as in Illinois. Here's another fundraiser for Michael Etter, or for Michaela and Robert Etter. Clearly, this is for him. It says that he's a 67-year-old USMC veteran. Now, I want to remind folks that veterans were highlighted as people that needed to be respected and supported at Standing Rock. And a lot of the people that were seen as, revered elders that were from Standing Rock, that were sacred fire keepers and whatnot, continued to raise money off of that long after Standing Rock was over. As you can see, this fundraiser here is from 2019. Standing Rock was over in 2017, folks. And this was, again, a fundraiser by Michaela Etter, as you can see here, okay? This person is also asking for coverage for the cost of car payments, okay? We saw utilities, car payments. Also, I'd like to buy some acreage so I can have my hemp farm. And here are the people who reacted to this. And here are the people that have supported the fundraiser. Here are some of the things recently that Mr. Etter has been supporting and promoting, including one of the media platforms from Standing Rock that has given their legitimacy to a bunch of frauds, phonies, and criminals. Ryan Vizen's No Spiritual Surrender platform. And in this post, Ryan Vizen's is sharing an article about the women that went to see COP25 in Spain and were basically booed off the stage. Remember that show? where I told you about the eco-terrorists and Greta Thunberg and all of that? Okay. They also shared Brendan Orell's article about Tiger Swan, and the Intercept article saying that Energy Transfer Partners paid constables via a series of subcontractors, in many instances using handwritten checks. So just want to show you some of the things that have been posted by this individual, what he promotes, who he supports. Apparently he got a wet plate done as well. A lot of the criminals did. You can see here from the background of this person that they are on, supposed to be anyway, on a sex offender registry. Yes, another sex offender. And what else is he accused of? Murder. Second-degree murder of a child, no less. This is one of the elders that is celebrated at Standing Rock and treated like a hero by so many of the phonies and frauds that were at Standing Rock. This is why I denounced them in the past and why I will continue to denounce them in the present and in the future. And the people that administrate and run the Border Support Network and the people that they choose to be part of their groups, including Mr. Etter. As you can see, he has an offense date back in 2004, and he failed to register as a convicted offender, so he's got that. If you look up the public records on the case of his appeal of the murder charges in North Dakota, what you will find is that Etter, the government found, or the government produced evidence that Etter inflicted a head injury on the child that he killed and then fled with the injured child, with the child with a head wound, to North Dakota, where he neglected her medical needs until she died. Why did he neglect her medical needs? Because he was in hiding. He inflicted a deadly head wound on his own child, and rather than get her the medical care, he let her die. That is what this person did to a child. Witnesses also testified that they encouraged Etter to seek medical attention. But that, we're buffering, sorry about that. But Etter ignored their, let's try this again. Etter ignored their pleas even though the little girl's health continued to deteriorate. The evidence supports an inference of malice by the jury because Etter was aware of the serious risk of death to Shelina and failed to act. Finally, Etter argues he was prejudiced by the prosecutor's misconduct during the trial. Although some of the prosecutor's remarks were inappropriate, we cannot conclude his statements so prejudiced Etter that he was denied a fair trial. This is also interesting to note that the initial trauma that Shelina had to her head occurred outside of North Dakota. The evidence does show the injury was not the cause of her death. Rather, she would have survived had Etter sought medical attention for her. The evidence shows Etter continued pattern of neglect led to pneumonia, which in turn caused her death. Okay? According to evidence supporting the jury's findings. So, despite the appeal and the arguments made by Etter's attorneys, this court affirmed the conviction. In other words, he lost. And remember this guy, Errol Medicine, another part of the Caravan Support Network with the criminal background for selling drugs? Yeah. Mr. Eder goes by the alias of Robert L. Paul as well. And here are recent locations: Fort Yates, Hulse Cove, Maine, West Virginia, North Dakota, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Tennessee, Colorado, Arizona. We see different aliases: Robert Lee Paul, Robert A. Eder, Robert L. Paul, Robert A. Eder aliases. Of course, if you were a child murderer, you might want to change your name. And if you look on this person's friend list, he's friends with Mama Ladana, one of the people that started the whole Standing Rock movement, as well as John Gonzalez. And if you will recall, John Gonzalez doesn't just like to buddy up to child murderers, sex offenders, and frauds. This is common for a lot of the people in the leadership of the Standing Rock movement, as well as the Caravan Support Network. John Gonzalez here is supporting this man, Eder, in his video, and he tags a bunch of other people. Many of the frauds and phonies that we have discovered on our show, including Myron Dewey, Ed Higgins, Jordan Sheridan, a rapist, Angelo Wolf, which has very recent accusations against him, Ernesto Burbank, Jeffrey Christian, Susie Desba, a.k.a. Vanessa Dundon, who loves her. She loves her, some predators. She runs a missing and murdered Indigenous women page and claims to care about the plight of women, but she sure does love hanging around with predators. Dallas Goldtooth, LaDonna, Robert Eder, snuggled in here, right next to Mama LaDonna, is child murderer Robert Eder. And here in 2019, you see Jim Grey Wolf Peruzzi. If you will recall the pipeline page run by Doug McLean and Grey Wolf Peruzzi has also previously continued to support child sex offender Frank Archambault in their horse runs that they do. They continue to be parts of the support of the Caravan Support Network. Doug McLean is on that government watch list. He has gone to Mexico to follow and do media on the Caravan. Much in the same way, Jim Grey Wolf Peruzzi has been a backer and supporter and helped to try to fund Mr. Eder. And of course, here is a picture of many of the people that have previously supported Mr. Eder from camp. Ryan Vizens, Winnea Locke, LaDonna, Susie, Brooke. Just an assortment of Susie's many friends' pictures. She loves hanging out with what we know, and many times are convicted rapists, like this guy. But so does Juan Mancias. They don't have problems with working with criminals at Juan Mancias's camp. Juan Mancias is, of course, one of the people from the chief of the Carrizo Comecrudo tribe that are at the camps for the Caravan Support Network at the border. And here we have somebody raising or talking about spending time with Eder and his family and calling him a water protector. Here we have another group with Eder. You can see there was a lot of people that were transferring credibility onto this convicted felon, not just LaDonna. There's another one with John Gonzalez and Eder. And Jim Grey Wolf Peruzzi, as well as his wife, were pimping out the GoFundMe for Veterans for Peace, as well as mentioning Robert Eder, and that they were all connected to the Peace March. of veterans for Standing Rock to DC. These were people that were working closely with the veterans involved with Wesley Clark. So, of course, I had to check to see who else was involved here besides Peruzzi, the vets, Wesley Clark himself. Why, it's that other veteran from Standing Rock, Nathan Phillips. The other guy that we have also found to be a fraud. The one from the Covington Catholic School debacle that happened. And then here we have people talking about Nathan Phillips. And who's the first person that shows up defending the hoax, the Nathan Phillip hoax, where he attacks children, Catholic school kids? By the way, did you hear that the one of the newspapers has settled? Nick Sandman and his family are going to be millionaires. No matter, back in the day when people were defending the nonsense of this Nathan Phillips dude for what he did in DC, this is what Anthony Gazzotti said. Exactly, sister. He's talking about Nathan Phillips. He stopped the potential violence that day, and anything else is second and up for debate for the rest of history. Tried and true warrior of love. Is that what all the frauds say, Anthony? Because we know full well that Nathan Phillips is a fraud, one of the many that you and your friends support tooth and nail, no matter what the cause is. That's another GoFundMe for Mr. Etter. There are many, and here is another final one. I just wanted to show you how much support this man was able to get over time from people at Standing Rock. Continues to promote people in the Caravan Support Network who also in turn continue to support him to this day. And guess what? They're exposing vulnerable people in that caravan to folks like this. Just goes to show you, you only have to dig a little deeper and you will find how shady these characters truly are. Thanks for being with me on this live stream today here on A Mexican Crossing Lines. I'll be bringing you more reporting very soon. Please share this video and have a great evening.